I wish I could say I was an Iron Chef. The Japanese Iron Chef, specializing in sushi. Master of raw fish. King of the blade. But I'm not. In fact, some would argue that I'm lazy. Too lazy to be an Iron Chef.
I don't think you're like a terrible person, but I feel that you put yourself at a disadvantage, because I know that the people who are most successful in life are those who are willing to really work hard. And that is something you haven't been able to show. There are other laziness things. You leave cups all over the place, you don't pick up your clothes. Stuff like that doesn't make me necessarily angry. But when you put it in sum total of the grades and the sloppiness, and you know, you don't lock the door all the time, and you're not really scavenging, canvassing for that job.
Yes, my mother thinks I'm lazy. I don't necessarily disagree, but there must be a reason for my lazy qualities. My family is full of hard workers, so what happened to me? Why am I different? I think to find the answer, we have to look at my family and my own cultural backgrounds. Can you describe to me where you grew up in Japan?
It's in the Wakayama, and it's they call place Kushimoto. I help the field, and they have a lot of vegetable growing, rice growing, and we had to help them. You know, all the time we had to pull that things, and we had to fertilize, and you had to use your own tool, not the machine. So that's really hard for your body.
I grew up in Los Angeles, in a section of Los Angeles called Boyle Heights. I had a lot of responsibilities because my mother was a full-time worker, and she also came from a background where everybody chipped in. So my sister and I, from a very early age, did laundry, and we didn't have any dryers, so we would do laundry and hang out the wet clothes. We ironed our own blouses. I remember doing house cleaning every Saturday. We had to scrub floors on our hands and knees. We didn't use brooms or mops because my mother didn't believe in them. We washed cars, we dusted, we vacuumed, we cooked, we cleaned. We did everything I do now as a wife and a mother, except I did it when I was 8 years old.
How would you say Boyle Heights, where you grew up, differs from Mountain View, where I grew up? Like, what are some...
Oh my God, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Boyle Heights was lower middle class, kind of poor. People did not have, a lot of people didn't live in their own homes. You know, they're living in apartments, or like we also rented. We lived in a duplex, and we rented half of a house. A lot of the kids would not necessarily be college bound, whereas here in this area, every kid I know just presumes they're going to college. People took buses.
When you moved to America, was life easier? Was it better? Or?
Oh, yeah, much easier over here. Because I used to work so hard in the field, so I don't suffer too much for the work. You know, I like to work over here. It was so easy to me.
Hear that? All that wealth and comfort is making me a lazy person. Just kidding. I actually am truly lucky to grow up in a place like Mountain View. But maybe I could take a part of my grandmother's culture and use it as a tool to get my lazy self motivated. So what takes a lot of discipline and is part of Japanese culture? Sushi!
Oh, okay. When you want to learn the sushi, the knife, because the Japanese knife with the regular knife different. They only have one side, so that's easy to move. So cut your finger all the time when you start. Yeah.
So if you really want to take it seriously and you want to make the best sushi, there's nothing to hide under. There's no spice. There's nothing. You can't throw butter on it to make the fat make it taste good. So you've got to pay attention to the details, make everything work together really well. Simple ingredients work together really well. So I think that takes a lot more stamina, really.
Vinegar and sugar and salt, it had to be perfect. Otherwise, the different taste, and you had to make rice good, cook good, not mushy, not too hard, you know.
Yeah, really fun. Yeah, because we have because too many different kind of items and too many different kind of the color. So you need to learn every day. You need thinking every minute. How can I make it pretty? That's pretty fun. Yeah, pretty fun. Yeah.
So I'm convinced learning to make sushi could definitely benefit my life. It takes work and creativity, which is exactly what I need to overcome laziness.
If you can infuse a sense of self-curiosity into the process, then no matter what the sushi tastes like or however you do it, it's going to be of benefit to you. Because I think curiosity will carry you a long way, because then you can take the curiosity of that specific task and relate it to other tasks in your life that go beyond sushi.
My mom started by showing me how to fan the rice. I had trouble getting a rhythm going. But I got it, and soon enough I was fanning like a pro. Cutting the seaweed was easy enough. But then I got to the fish.
I think this fish is good still.
Why?
It smells.
Oh, yeah.
I had an extra piece of tuna though.
Well, you're going to cut lengthwise.
Can't I just line them up? Or do I have
No. No, you. There you go. Then, see, I think that might be kind of too thick, so you could cut that one in half.
It was tough to figure out the correct size of the fish, but I knew it had to be perfect.
No, but leave it flat. Yeah, cut it. No, cut it half lengthwise. No. Put it down there. Now cut it down that way. Yeah, and then that I think would fit into your. Or it doesn't have to be half, but maybe just trim off some.
Time to put on the rice.
Your hands are going to be all. You should have wet hands.
Oh, I do.
It was really hard to eye how much rice to put.
That might be a lot of. We'll have to try it and see if you can hold with that.
I know, I'm gonna take some of it.
Okay, don't smush throw gentle fingertips. But not quite in the middle. You want it a little bit towards you more, because when you roll it, you want that to be centered in the middle. And you don't want your nori to get wet, because that'll screw it up.
Finally, it was time to roll that tasty raw tuna.
Yeah, don't push down. Push round it. Do you know what I mean?
For my first roll, I didn't think I did too bad.
It'll come out like that, but you want it rounded, so you kind of push with your fingers like this, in a curling way.
The second would be better.
And so remember, when you're crimping with round fingers, not flat fingers, so that you don't smash the rice. So crimp round. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, right. And then go ahead and go for your next roll. And yeah, don't squeeze, just press round.
See? Like a sushi cigar. I was starting to get the hang of it, so maybe the whole Iron Chef thing could happen.
That looks pretty good. Yeah.
My mother is just so proud of me. But just when I thought it was all over, I got to cutting the roll.
Yeah,
I
now
stroke.
Look at that. Oh, see now that one's on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is, oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So after 3 rolls, this is what I ended up with. Some frayed pieces of sushi. I had to go back to the basics on my last roll. It was the best of them all.
Nice. That's a nicely rolled one. Sushi.
All right.
Mmm, the taste of hard work.